I'm Andy Wiese, and I'm a professor of history at San Diego State University. I'm going to be your instructor this term in California history. I brought you to this place, a coastal headland overlooking the Pacific Ocean in the Sereno Valley, north of San Diego, because it's a good way to introduce myself, but also the class. This is the kind of place that you would find me of an evening or a weekend off of work, because I'm a passionate advocate for San Diego's open spaces, for the landscapes of California, for the biodiversity that we may find there. But also, this is a place where we can see many of the features of our class laid out before us. This is a place many of you may be familiar with as the Merge, the place where Interstate 805 intersects with I-5, which runs the length of California. This is a place that illustrates to us some of the 5 themes that we're going to look at in the class. The first of those is the land. The biophysical and biodiverse environment of California is the basis for California's history, for human life in this place, and we'll pay special attention to the features of that biophysical environment, which we can see laid out around us here. We're also going to pay special attention to social diversity in California, the people of the Golden State, who have been among the most diverse and heterogeneous societies anywhere on Earth. And that's been true for literally thousands of years, not just today in the hyper-diverse California that we're familiar with, but literally throughout the state's history. We'll pay attention to a third theme, which is the relationships of power that Californians have used to interact with one another, and in particular relationships of race that they have laid out as concepts among each other and on the landscape, and the way that Californians have struggled mightily to overcome and overturn those concepts even into our own time. We'll pay attention to California's government, the formation of the government and institutions of California, because this is a course that satisfies the American institutions requirement for CSU graduates. And finally, we'll pay attention to the global connections that we can see here in this place, and which have always been a fundamental feature of California from the time of the Bering Land Bridge right up until today. This place is a deeply layered map of California's history, stretching from a 5,000-year-old Kumeyaay village, a place of human occupation as old as the pyramids, just here at the base of the Sereno Valley, to a Mexican land grant rancho, the Rancho Los Penasquitos, and Penasquitos Canyon here, which remains a large intact portion of that land grant rancho. The very first railroad that connected San Diego to the rest of California and the rest of the United States in the 19th century runs just below us here. And of course, all of the sprawl of the 20th century, the construction of highways, the construction of a modern economic behemoth, which is modern California. And of course, we sit in the midst of the Sereno Valley, the Golden Triangle, the core of San Diego's high-tech and biotech economies, which remain critical to all of those features of California today. So, I'm going to introduce you to many places in California's history and many parts of California's past this term. I encourage you and I welcome you, indeed I invite you to come with me into California's past. I look forward to getting to know you, and I look forward to introducing myself to you a little bit further as we go. So welcome, come on along.